Welcome to our class. This is Philip. My name is Frederik. We have about modal verbs, and today you're going to learn all about it. Verbs are the things you put I in front of. I run, I sit, I do a lot of things. But modal verbs is also a verb, but we have 5 of them, and they act in a certain way. They look like the other verbs. These are the 5 modal verbs you should learn. And then you don't see them as anything else than this, because they do not act in other ways. These are just present and past, nothing else than that. And must is doesn't change at all.
Modal verbs can be contracted with the word not. For example, can not will be can't. So if you say, I cannot make food in the kitchen, it will be I can't. Yeah, and you can also say couldn't, so that's in the past tense. We can make a line right here. Do it all away. Yepper. And this up, like Frederik said, it's the present, and this is the past. And it will be, I couldn't make food in the kitchen. And you use the contraction in the speech language, but not in the written language. In the written language, you would write, I cannot.
These modal verbs are used for expressing our opinion. Expressing our opinion in the way that we think it's likable, or the way something that we wish for. And here I have an example for you. This is the sentence, and here we use the word may. And here it is a if it's likable or not. Nottingham Forest soon fell off the top, and that may happen to Blackberry as well. May happen. So it's not something we're sure of, but it's something we think it's very likely to happen. Now I have an example where we use the modal verbs to wish for something. And here we use the modal verb must. We have it right here. We use must again to So here we have the modal verb must, and in this sentence it is clear that it is something that we wish for, because we must make sure our party and policies are geared to Britain's needs. It is not something that we're sure of, and it's not something that we think it's likable to happen. It's something that we really hope and wish for to happen. So that is when we use a modal verb for wishing.
Yes, in Danish we use the word skal a lot of times, but in English we do not always say shall when we in Danish say skal. So we have to use some other words, that's the modal verbs, and that could be the word like must, or word like will, or we can say to have, or have to. And if it is a sentence in Danish where you say skal, it maybe have to be completely different in English because you don't say shall, but you have to make the whole sentence new. For example, jeg skal tisse. And then in English, I have to pee. Like that, though? Like that.
Like that.
Okay, you understand. Thank you.
As the modal verbs only can be used in presence and preterium, we use other words who have the same meaning instead of them. Words that exactly can be conjugated in the 5 forms. And if we have I can, then instead of saying I can, we can use I am able to. So in present, I can will become I am able to. Preterium, I could will become I was able to. And then, then it's the last 3 from I am able to. Perfectum, I have been able to. Plus quantiterium, I have been able to. Futurum, I will be able to. So